for those that are expecting. This is going to focus more on your transverse abs as well as using the sound of your breath. So have at least 2 blocks or a stack of blankets or pillows to have at the top of your mat, and we'll just set those off to the side at the top. And then we'll come into a seated cross-legged position and just begin to allow ourselves to become engaged through our transverse abs by making the sound with our breath. So taking a deep breath in through your nose, and as you exhale, allow it out as a ha. And again, taking a deep breath in, and exhale. And just go ahead and place one hand to your heart and one hand to your baby. And again, taking that deep breath in through the nose. And exhale. And again, taking a deep breath in. And as you exhale, just begin to notice how it feels. And then slowly invite both hands over your heart. And again, taking that deep breath in through the nose. And exhaling. And 2 more times. And 1 more. And then slowly let those hands come into your thighs. And then allow yourself to go ahead, and as you take your next inhale, lean out towards your right hip and begin to move the back, and exhale as you come up and around to the front. And again, inhaling out to the right, exhaling with a ha as you come back up to the front. And we'll do 2 more. And 1 more. And then bring yourself back up into center. And then with your next inhale, lean out to the left. Begin to swing around to the back as you exhale, bringing it back up into the front. And again, taking that breath in as you go to the left. And exhale. And 2 more. And 1 more. And invite yourself to sit up nice and tall. Then we'll begin to work on that seated cat and cow. So inhaling, coming forward. And as you exhale, to the back. Inhale, coming forward. And exhale. And keep going. And just enjoy this deeper breath. Perhaps even find that you have more energy from this type of breathing. But if you feel lightheaded, just allow yourself to lessen your breath. And then 1 more. And then inhale, arms up over the head. And exhale, hands to the heart. Inhale, arms up overhead. And exhale, hands to the heart. And 2 more. And 1 more. Then just go ahead and keep your hands into your heart, or feel free to lower one hand down into your baby. And just let that mouth close. So as you exhale, you begin to cultivate into that ujjayi breath. And just let it carry into the rest of your practice. And carry your heart as a guide. And just forming that solid connection of breathing into your heart and breathing down into your baby. Sharing that same breath. And then slowly take the control let's welcome ourselves up into your tabletop. And as you come up into your tabletop, just allow those hands to come slightly in front of your shoulders. And let's go ahead and begin just to spiral around through the hips. So let the hips come over to the right, and then as you exhale, come down to the heels, and then bring it out and around to the top of your mat. So if we add the sound of our breath, we'll take that deep breath in through the nose. Exhale. And again, 2 more. And 1 more. And then go ahead and switch the direction. So welcome the sound of your breath. Allow yourself to be reminded that the sound of your breath is a primal thing to just draw yourself inward. And we'll do 1 more. And then we'll come back up into your table. And allow yourself to go ahead and keep those hips up over the knees. And then walk those fingers out towards the top of the mat into that quarter downward dog. And allow yourself to go ahead and continue to think about dropping that chest down through your arms. Rest in the forehead and chin down towards the floor. And just allow yourself to ease any tension in that lumbar region or into your lower back. And then with our next inhale, let's go ahead and walk ourselves back up into your table. And then allow yourself to go ahead and walk those hands forward to bring those hips forward into this plank. And it's okay to be down on the knees, but just allow yourself to go ahead and again, focus on those transverse abs. So we're allowing ourselves to hug into the baby, hug into the midsection. So we're going to go ahead and continue to focus on those transverse abs by taking that next deep breath in. And as you exhale, just extend out through your right leg. And just begin to feel yourself embracing in through your midsection. And then slowly lower yourself back down into that knee plank. And then as you exhale, go ahead and extend out through the left leg. And just letting those toes just barely touch the floor. And then lower yourself back down into your plank. And again, take that next deep breath in. Exhale, extend out through your right leg, just letting those toes barely touch the floor. Embracing yourself into your belly. And then slowly lower yourself down. And exhale, extend out through the left leg, letting those toes barely touch the floor. And then go ahead and slowly bring yourself back down. And then just allow yourself to go ahead and walk those knees back in underneath you. And to come out into that wide child's pose. Letting those hips drop down and towards the heels. Letting those fingers walk out towards the top of the mat. And then at this time, just allow yourself to either let that breath come out like the lion breath, where you let your tongue relax. Or perhaps even give a little sound with those pursed lips. Or perhaps even invite a smile. And just continue to allow yourself just to lengthen out through your fingertips. Let the weight of your hips continue to bring you back and towards those heels. And then with our next inhale, let's go ahead and walk ourselves back up into your table. And then we're going to go ahead and step that right foot forward up and towards the top of the mat. And then invite your props of your choice into the inside of that right foot. And then from here, we're just going to allow ourselves to spiral through the hips in this lunge position. So allow yourself to push them out to the right and then bring them up and around. And just allow yourself to go ahead and continue to make that spiral action, which helps to give the baby the clue to begin to come down towards the pelvis. And we'll go ahead and take it one more time around. And then we'll go ahead and slowly bring ourselves back into this lunge position. And then from here, go ahead and bend that right elbow, placing it into that top of that right thigh. And then we're going to go ahead and walk ourselves up so we can invite this left foot out towards the back of us. And then with that next inhale, reach that left arm up and over the head. And then as you take that next inhale, let the left hand come down towards your left thigh. And as you exhale, swing it back up and around over the head. So we'll get an inhale, drawing it back down, and exhale. Inhale, bring it down to the front, and exhale. And 2 more. And 1 more. Then we'll go ahead and slowly walk ourselves back down into a tabletop position. And then we can go ahead and move those blocks over towards the right side of your mat or your props. And then we can step that left foot up towards the top of the mat, resting that right foot down into the floor, and walk those hands up on top of your props. And then again, perhaps lean out towards the left and let your hips begin to circle around. And just allow them to go ahead and take it as big or as little as you like. And just allow ourselves to create that space as we give ourselves a little spiral. And then once we're ready, let's go ahead and bring ourselves back into that lunge position. Bend that left elbow in towards your left thigh. And then go ahead and give yourself a little lift up through here so we can bring that right foot out to the back. And then as you take that next exhale, draw that right arm up and along the side of your head. And then again, when you're ready, inhale, bring that right arm down into the front and exhale. And inhale, swing it down, around to the front and exhale. Let's do 2 more. And 1 more. And then slowly go ahead and let those hands come back down and towards your tabletop. And then from there, let's go ahead and remove those props up towards the top of the mat or off to the side. And then walk those hands again out in front of your shoulders. And then invite those hips to come right up over those knees as you sink back down into your quarter downward dog. And again, using this quarter downward dog to help loosen and lengthen that lumbar region or your lower back. And then taking another deep breath in. And with your next inhale, walk yourself back up into your table. And then again, we're going to come up forward out into that plank position, keeping ourselves down on our knees. And then we're going to work on this upper body strength. So allow yourself to go ahead and take 5 push-ups here. So taking a deep breath in, as you exhale, bend at the elbows, lower yourself down and towards the floor, and then inhale, press yourself right back up. And exhale, lower yourself back down towards the floor, and inhale, press yourself right back up. And exhale, lower yourself down towards the floor, inhale, press yourself back up. And we got 2 more, lower yourself down, and continue to keep that tailbone tucked under so you can feel yourself embracing in towards the baby. And then pressing yourself right back up. And then from there, let's go ahead and have a seat back into that quarter downward dog once again. Allowing yourself to lengthen that chest down between your shoulders. And then taking another round of your breath. And with your next inhale, walk yourself back up into your table. And then from there, curl your toes under and lift yourself up into your downward dog. And in this downward dog, if you feel like you still need a little bit of a lengthen through that lumbar region, bend at the knees so that you can really focus on lengthening and releasing the pressure in that lower back. And then from there, let's go ahead and take 3 more full breaths. Taking a deep breath in, exhaling out through your mouth. Again, taking a deep breath in. And exhale out through your mouth. Another deep breath in. And exhale through your mouth. And then slowly walk those hands back and towards your toes. And with your next inhale, lengthening out through your spine. And then exhale, lower yourself back down. And then inhale, walk those hands up and towards your thighs, giving a bend in the knees. And just allowing yourself to stay here. And with your next inhale, lengthen those arms straight out into the front. And feel yourself pressing down from big toe to little toe, back and through your heels. And take another round of your breath. And as you exhale, go ahead and straighten yourself up into your Tadasana. Hands can rest out on your thighs. And keeping those feet open about hip distance wide apart, we're going to go ahead and let those hips come over to the right. And as you exhale, swing around to the back, out to the left, and up to the front. Almost like you're scraping inside of a barrel. So again, creating that spiral action to create more space and make more room for that little one inside. And we'll take it one more time around. And then once you come back up to the front, let's take it out to the left. Swing it around to the back, to the right, and bring it back up into the front. So again, as we work on these hip circles, keep the knees soft so that you can really feel the weight of your pelvis lengthening and creating more space here. And allow yourself to ease the tension in that lower back. And then we'll bring ourselves back up into standing. And then from there, bend at the knees and invite the forearms to come down and towards your thighs, almost as if you're into a squat. And just allow yourself to go ahead and really think about pressing down through your toes as well as back through your heel. And then really invite your chest to come forward to relax those shoulders back away from the ears. And then taking another round of your breath. And with your next inhale, reach those hands forward into this modified chair pose. And then taking another round of your breath. And as you exhale, press down through your feet to help inhale, lift yourself back up into your Tadasana. And then from there, let's go ahead and grab a blanket or a towel, or if you have a block, and let's go ahead and invite ourselves to work on those wall sits. So bring that block right in between your thighs, having that seat down, and just allowing yourself to take this opportunity to really think about lengthening that whole back into the wall. So feel the back of the head and the shoulders, and then just continue to focus on squeezing those thighs in towards your prop. And don't worry about how low the hips are, but just give yourself this opportunity to begin to engage in through your lower body, engage in through your thighs, and take another round of your breath. And as you exhale, we'll go ahead and slowly walk ourselves back up. And you can go ahead and release your props so you can shake out through your legs. Great job. And then when you're ready, we're going to just do one more. So place that block again in between your thighs. And then have a seat back down into the wall. Rest in the back of the head and shoulders. And let's just go ahead and allow ourselves to take those arms up over the head. Perhaps inviting the back of those hands into the wall. And then take another deep breath in as you exhale, bend those elbows and come into those goalpost arms. And just see if you can continue to feel your whole spine into the wall. And then the back of those upper arms, the forearms, the back of the hands. And with your next inhale, slide those arms straight back up and towards the ceiling. And then as you exhale, lower those arms down along the side of you. And then lengthen yourself back up and shake out through those legs. And then from there, let's go ahead and come in towards the wall. And facing in towards the wall, we're just going to go ahead and come into that L pose. So hands are into the wall and just walking yourself back so that you can continue to keep a slight bend in the knees and really giving yourself this opportunity to press back and through the heels, back and through your sit bones, and lengthening that head up towards the front, towards the wall. And just give yourself this opportunity to go ahead and take a couple rounds of your breath, perhaps releasing that breath with that sound of and again, take that deep breath in and exhale. And then with that next inhale, walk yourself back up into standing. And then from here, we're gonna go ahead and allow yourself to bring those left toes up into the wall, keeping that heel down into the floor, and then having those hands into the wall so we can step that right foot slightly back. And then with your next inhale, come forward into the wall, so you come up on the ball of that right foot. And as you exhale, really lengthen and push back into that right heel, bringing that heel into the floor, getting that nice calf stretch. And then inhale, coming back up into the wall. And then think about lengthening that whole bottom of your foot as you push out through that right heel. Inhale, once again, up into the wall. And exhale, pushing back and lengthening out through that right foot. One more time, up into the wall. And then exhale, lengthening back into that right heel. And then when we're ready, go ahead and step back into your elbows again, giving it a nice long spine. It's okay to bend at the knees so that you can continue to lengthen and create space in between each of your vertebrae. And again, we'll take that breath where we take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, and then two more. And one more. And then slowly walk yourself back up into the wall. And then we'll go ahead and place that right foot up into the wall, or the right toes. And then when you're ready, you come close into the wall so you can step that left foot back and push back down and through that heel. And then inhale, come forward up into the wall, coming up in the ball of that left foot. And as you exhale, lengthen the whole bottom of that left foot, bringing the heel into the floor. Inhale, draw yourself up into that left ball of your foot. Exhale, lengthening back into the heel. Inhale, coming up into the wall. And exhale, lengthening out through the heel. And one more time, coming up into the ball of the foot. And exhale, lengthening back into the heel. And then last time, let's step back and come into that L pose. Perhaps finding a little bit more ease and coming down just a little bit more. And again, bringing that awareness and the sound of your breath. Taking that deep breath in. And exhale. Full breath in. And release. Just one more. And let's go ahead and walk ourselves back up into standing. And then from there, let's go ahead and allow ourselves to bring your blocks up in towards the wall. And we're going to place one on either side of you. And we're going to allow ourselves to go ahead and use the wall as our support. So stepping those feet out nice and wide. And let's just go ahead and allow ourselves to turn your right toes out towards the parallel with the wall. And then allow yourself to bring those arms out into your active position. And then from here, take a deep breath in. Let's go ahead and come down into that warrior two. Allowing ourselves to go ahead and come down towards that right knee. And then taking that next deep breath in. And as you exhale, go ahead and come down into that side angle pose. Reaching that left arm up and over. And just see if you can allow yourself to let the shoulders remain in contact with the wall as well as the back of the head. Don't worry if that left hip isn't touching the wall, that's okay. Just see if you can use the support of the wall to help guide your hips to become more open. And then take that next deep breath in. And as we exhale, we're going to go ahead and straighten that right leg and let ourselves use that block to come into your triangle pose. And again, using the wall here to help open up across the chest, letting those shoulders and that left arm come back in towards the wall and the back of the head into the wall. And then take your next deep breath in. And then using that wall, we're going to go ahead and shift up and towards our right foot so we can move that block and then come into that half moon using the wall. And allow yourself to continue to open that whole back side into the wall and feel your support. And then taking another round of your breath. And then as you exhale, go ahead and slowly lower that left leg down and draw yourself back up. And then we'll go ahead and bring your feet back facing out towards the top of our mats. So that we can go ahead and open the left foot out parallel with the wall and bring those right toes slightly in, arms out into your active position. And then begin to lower yourself down into that warrior two, feeling the back of your body into the wall. And then taking another round of your breath. And as you exhale, lower that left elbow down into the thigh, reaching that right arm up and along the side of your head into that side angle pose. And see if you can continue to use that wall to help support and opening your hips and opening up across the chest. Rest in the back of the head, perhaps into the wall. And then allow yourself to take another round of your breath. And then with your next inhale, let's straighten up through that left leg, inviting ourselves to place that left hand into your block, lifting that right arm up and towards the ceiling into your triangle pose. And continuing to keep that back of your body into the wall. And allowing ourselves to lengthen that right arm over the right shoulder, over that left shoulder. And take that next deep breath in. And then when we're ready, we're going to shift towards our left foot, sliding that hand out in front of our toes to come into that half moon using the support of the wall. And then take another round of your breath. And then as you exhale, let's go ahead and slowly release. And then we'll come back up into center. And then from there, let's go ahead and face with that right side in towards the wall. And then we're going to go ahead and allow ourselves to bring that left leg up, or I'm sorry, your right leg up into your tree position, whether it's just inside of the ankle, inside of the calf, or perhaps up above the knee. And we're just going to go ahead and create some space so that we can just rest that knee in towards the wall. And then we're going to go ahead and inhale, bring this left arm up overhead. And with your next breath, begin to reach up and over towards the wall. So we're into a leaning tree. And see if you can allow yourself to continue to press the foot in towards your thigh and the thigh in towards your foot, to help open up across the hips. Giving yourself another round of your breath. And then as you exhale, let's go ahead and slowly release. And then we'll go ahead and turn that left side in towards the wall. And give yourself enough room to place that left foot into your tree position where you can have that knee come in towards the wall. And again, press evenly through your foot and that bottom leg so that we can continue to help open up across the hips and keeping that lumbar region into a neutral position as we lengthen down through the tailbone. And then once we're ready, let's reach that right arm up over the head and then lift up and over towards the wall into that leaning tree. See if you can soften those shoulders down into the back. take another round of your breath. And then as you exhale, let's go ahead and slowly release. And then we'll go ahead and grab your props that you have, whether it's the stack of pillows or blankets, and we'll just go ahead and give ourselves that little bit of a reclined support for your Shavasana. So you can use the wall, since we've been pretty close to the wall. You can place a stack underneath and just bring your pillows more to angle so that when we have a seat in front of our stack, we can go ahead and keep ourselves elevated into that reclined position as you lower yourself down. And just let those arms come out to your sides and let those legs just open out into the floor. And if you feel like you want some additional support underneath the arms, please feel free. And then once you find that you're in your comfortable position, allow yourself to go ahead and close your eyes and bring yourself inward. Allowing your breath to go ahead and begin to guide yourself in. And just checking to make sure that everything is supported and nothing is dangling, and you can just let yourself settle. Just give yourself this time to rest. The breath softens. And you let the breath and the mind settle into this place, like in the water where you can see a reflection. And you let yourself settle into the space inside. It's a lovely thing to have a place you can retreat to. A visual that can bring you comfort. So even when the world around us is crazy as it can be, and our own world being busy, we always have our breath. We have our imagination. And we have the connection that this practice has offered us. So we trust. We trust in nature, and we trust in our own connection to it. Just allow ourselves to be. So again, letting that breath settle a little deeper. And just allow yourself to stay here for as long as you wish. And when your time may come from this pose, just take your time. And until next time, namaste.